Welcome to the first part of our discussion on how to manage students in GradeLink. In this video, we'll start by going over how to add new students. Then, we'll look at some of the important optional fields included on student profiles before briefly discussing how to delete student accounts. We'll wrap up the video by talking about contacts and how to add them to a student's account. Before we get started, it's important to note that schools using Enroll.Me can add students using a different process than the one we'll show here. We recommend watching this section of the video anyway because it's useful for administrators to know multiple ways to add students. Let's get started. From the GradeLink dashboard, select the Students tab. The student list appears on the left side of the page and includes both active and inactive students. The list can be sorted by name, grade level, or student ID, and hitting the buttons at the top will toggle between ascending and descending order. The search fields even allow you to select individual students from the list. Let's go ahead and create a new student. To create a new student, first hit the Add New button in the top left corner. Creating a new student only requires 3 pieces of information: a first name, a last name, and a grade level. Every other field can be filled out later or left blank. Once you're done, hit the Save button in the bottom right corner. The new account will instantly appear on the student list on the left, and the student's profile will open in the center of the page. In addition to the student's name and grade level, there are several other fields on the profile that administrators should be aware of. Status functions the same way for students as it does for staff, preventing a student from being able to log in if their account has been deactivated. Students have several additional statuses to choose from, including new enrollment, re-enrollment, and alumnus. Family and student IDs are issued whenever a student account is created. The family ID can be replaced with that of another student in order to link siblings together into families. The student ID can be replaced, but must remain unique. Below and on the left are fields for date of birth, gender, and race, as well as fields for entered, withdrawal, and graduation date. To the right is the Tags field, which allows administrators to assign personalized tags to each student. Tags are useful for keeping track of extracurricular activities or other miscellaneous information and can also be used as filters on the student roster. Near the center of the page, you'll see the Family field, where you can record contact information for parents and guardians. Up to 2 families can be added, and living situation can be configured as necessary. The Siblings and Contact field directly below displays contacts that have been added to the student's profile. At the bottom of the page, the Student Notes field allows staff to add notes and comments that are only visible to other staff members. Full administrators will see the option to Log in as student, which allows them to log into the student's account. This can be useful when previewing changes to your school or when troubleshooting issues for your staff or families. Further down the page, staff can upload photos to the student profile. Beneath the picture frame is a list of the classes that the student is enrolled in the active term, as well as their grades in those classes. If you have daily attendance enabled, you'll see attendance totals below the student's grades. When it comes to deleting student accounts, GradeLink intentionally makes it difficult in order to prevent accidental deletion of grade or attendance data. GradeLink will prevent you from deleting students unless a full administrator manually enables it in the Settings tab. We'll go over that in more detail in our video on GradeLink settings. When viewing a student profile, GradeLink defaults to the Demographics page. Next to Demographics, you'll see the Contacts page, where administrators can add personal contacts to a student's profile. Administrators can also assign roles and permissions, which grant parents and guardians access to the student sign-in, sign-out sheet, and also help track emergency contacts on the student information report. When adding a contact, you're required to input a first name, last name, and relationship. Everything else is optional. The complete list of contacts can be exported as an Excel spreadsheet by selecting the Excel icon in the top right corner of the page. This completes the first part of our discussion on how to manage students in GradeLink. Join us for our next video for the conclusion.